I couldn't see. Okay, record.
Okay. Good morning, class. Good morning, class. Today, welcome to the class again for today. So today, we want to continue from where we stop, but I would like to take attendance first. So if you're online, can you type in your name and put present? Type in your name for attendance, please. Can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly? Okay. Just keep typing in your name and monitoring the chat as well. Okay. In our last class, we started multiplication of fractions. So today, we'll be looking at division of fractions. So let us write this down. Let us write this division of fraction down. Division of fraction. Let's write the note. Let's write this division of fraction. However, I wish to say something. I checked through the assignments I've been given. Some people have done their assignments, everything, and I've responded to some of them. Why this morning I saw some, so which I'm still going to mark them and respond to them. For those of you that have responded to your assignment, just try and as much as possible look at the correction and go through it again. I think I made some corrections. It's going to be a one-on-one thing, so I'm responding to each student. So it means that once you put your assignments, whatever assignment you have done, I will mark. Then I'll tell you if you've done everything correctly. I'll tell you great job. That means no correction. But if you have any correction to do, I will tell you the particular question and I'll tell you the problem. Sometimes I solve, I snap and send back to you. So what you do for me is this. For those of you that are here to complete all your assignments, I'm encouraging you to do that now. Do your assignments and send them in. So good morning, class. So the class will start now. So division of fraction. So if you see what we have here, to divide by a fraction, simply multiply by its reciprocal. That is the idea. That is, when you want to divide two fractions, we will change the division into multiplication. So once we change the division into multiplication, then we will now revert or we invert the fraction, changing them to reciprocal. Like what that one is saying is, if you have a particular fraction, you change the numerator and the denominator. You replace them with each other. That means numerator will replace denominator and denominator will replace numerator. I'm talking about the one you are using to divide, not the one you want to divide. What we are saying is, for example, if I want to divide 7 divided by 3 over 4, you see that what I want to divide is 7. 3 over 4 is my divisor. That is what I want to use to divide. So it is that divisor you are going to change the numerator and denominator. That is, numerator will change to denominator and denominator will change to numerator. I believe you've all copied down the division of fraction up to example 2D. Just stop at example 2D. So when you are done, just let me know, signify when you are done. When you are done, just type in done. Write division of fraction, then example 2, up to question D. So when you are done, just type in done. I'm following it. Jimmy Agunbiade is done. Oriade is done. James is done. Tolu James is done. Isibo is done. So I'm going to start the solution in the next 3 minutes. When you are done, just type in done so that we'll continue. Okay, Abdurrahman done. Munib done. Yes, any assignments that I've given to you, solve them and submit. Anytime you submit, I'm going to mark and respond to it. Just solve. You can snap and send in. Some of you have been doing that. Why some? I don't know how you did it, but you scanned and sent to me. No problem. Just keep sending to the email address that is provided. Then after that, I will mark and send in I will send in. If there's any correction, I will tell you where you have missed it. So if you have not missed anything, then no, don't write example 3. Don't write example 3 yet. Don't write example 3 yet. Just write only example 2. All right. Let's look up. The first question here is saying, what the question is saying is that we should divide 9/14 by 3/7. Let's look at the board, please. Let's look at the whiteboard, please. Let's look at the board, please. The first question, that is example 2, is saying that's question A. The question says 9 divided by 14. That's 9/14 divided by 3/7. So what we are going to do, like I said, this is the divisor. Divisor means the one we are using to divide. So we are going to change the division sign into multiplication. Then the 7, which is denominator, will go up, and the numerator, which is 3, will come down. That is, you reinverse. So it means that 9/14 times 7/3. You see that it has turned back to multiplication that we did on Monday. So as usual, we'll do 9 times 7 divided by 14 times 3. So in this case, we can now divide the ones that can divide each other. You can say 7 here 1, 7 in 14, that is 2. 3 here 1, 3 in 9, that is 3. So what I have left is 3/2. And 3/2, I guess you all know that this is an improper fraction, right? So we are going to change it back to mixed fraction, which is one whole number 1/2. That is the solution to the first problem. I believe you can see the board clearly. I hope you can see the board. Okay. Can you see the board now? Can you see the board now? Check now. It should be clear now. It's clearer now. Can you see the board? Mister, they are saying the board is not clear. As I said, you can't see it very well. Is it clear now? Okay, so
Maybe because of light out.
okay. Is it no? Is it clear like this? I think it's better like this. You should see it now. Okay, they are seeing it now. All right, that is the solution to question A. I'll go through the solution again. The question says 9/14 divided by 3/7. The question is that the 9/14, which is the first one, you are not going to touch that at all. You leave that like that. So 9/14. Then you are going to change the division sign into multiplication. When you change that, then you now look at the divisor, the one we are using to divide. That means the 7 will go up and the 3 will come down. That becomes 7/3. And if you see like this, it has become multiplication of fraction that we did on Monday. So what we now need to do now is to multiply the numerators as usual. 9 times 7 over, then you multiply the denominators, 14 times 3. So here, you can now to me, I think the board is clearer now. The board is clearer now. You should see it now. Okay. Now, as I was saying, then you multiply the denominators. Then after that, you can now divide 7 in 7, 1, then 7 in 14, 2. Then 3 in 3, 1, then 3 in 9. That is 3. So at the end of the day, the numerator, you are left with 3 there. 3 times 1 is 3. Then denominator is 2 times 1. That is 2. Then after that, you can now write the answer, which is 3/2 in mixed fraction. So my final answer is 1/2. So I'll go to question B. Question B. Let's look at the board, please. Question B. Question B says 2/1/4 divided by 3/7. That is the second question. 2/1/4 divided by 3/7 divided by 3/7. So what I have here is that we are going to change the mixed fraction into improper fraction. So 4 times 2, 8 plus 1, 9. That is 9/4 divided by 3/7. So in this case, we can now change the division sign into multiplication, which is 9/4 times, by the time we change the division to multiplication as usual, the divisor, which is the 3/7, they will reinvert. That will now be 7/3. So in this case, we have 9 times 7 divided by 4 times 3. Abdurrahman, you said you have a question. What's your question? Let me. You can ask your question. I've unmute you, Abdurrahman. Ask your question. What's your question?
Okay, sir.
I can hear you.
Sir, is it compulsory to when we are dealing with division, is it compulsory to change the numerator to denominator and the denominator to numerator?
Yes, immediately you change the division sign into multiplication, then it is very necessary and compulsory that you revert the denominator and the numerator. That is, the numerator will come down and the denominator will go up. Of the one you are using to divide, not the first one. You are not changing the first one, but the second one. Do you understand that?
Okay.
All right, let's continue with the class. Whatever question you ask, you can type them in. Just type them in. I will see them. So from what we have here, let's continue with the class. We have 9 times 7 over 4 times 3. Then 3 in 3, 1. 3 in 9, that is 3. So we now have 3 times 7, which is 21, divided by what? By 4. Then at the end of the day, we have 21 over 4 as our answer. But what we now need to do here, we are going to change into mixed fraction. How many 4 can we get in 21? That is 5. That is 5 whole number 1 over 4. That's my final answer. So you can write that down. Yeah, someone is asking me here. Okay. Zaida Abdullahi, I can see that he said he came in late. No problem. You can write the question. We are on division of fractions, so you can write the note from division of fraction to example 2 and stop at example 2D. Then you can begin to write the solution. So if you don't get it, you can ask me question. I'm going to attend to your question. Now, someone is asking again that is it by force that you change the fraction? Not that we are changing the whole fraction, because we see that we have the first fraction divided by the second fraction. We are only changing the second one. Immediately you change your division to multiplication. Once you change the division sign to multiplication, then you change the numerator and denominator. Then the denominator will replace the numerator and numerator will replace the denominator. That's the idea. So let's continue. Then let's complete our question B. So let's move to question C. Let's move to question C. You see that question C is a bit complex. It's combination of multiplication and division. So you don't need to be afraid. I'm going to break the question down for you to understand. I'll break the question down for you to understand. So let's look at the board, please. Let's look at the board, please. And the question says, that's question C, says 3 over 10 times 35 over 36, everything over 14 over 15. So what we are going to do here, you see this over that you see, we are going to write it in the proper way using the operation of division. Instead of using this over, no, this over means division. We are going to use the operation, arithmetic operation of division. So is there going to be 3 over 10 times 35 over 36, then divided by 14 over 15. Can you get that? You see that in a more simpler form, I've written this question in a more simpler form like this. So it means that I cannot change this division into multiplication. By the time I do that, the numerator of the 14 over 15 will go up, will come down, and the denominator will go up. So in this case, I have 3 over 10 times 35 over 36, then times 15 over 14. You can see that I've been able to change the denominator. I've been able to change the division sign into multiplication, then I've reversed or reinvert the numerator and denominator. So from here, you see that it has changed to multiplication of fraction. So we'll continue from there. Let's multiply the numerator, that is 3 times 35 times 15 all over 10 times 36 times 14. So here we can now reduce to the lowest form. Let's reduce to the lowest form. Let's see what can divide each other. Let's see. 3 here 1, 3 divided by 36, that is 12. I can divide through by 3 again. 3 in 15, that will give me 5. 3 in 12, That is 6. Oh, sorry, that is 4. That's 4. Again, I can divide by 5, right? 5 in 5, 1. 5 in 10, that is 2. What can I divide by again? I can divide by 7. 35 and 14. 7 here, 5. 7 here, 2. And the way I'm looking at it, there is nothing that can divide again, right? There is nothing that can divide again. So here, for the numerator, I'm left with 5. That is, what I have here is going to be 1 times 5 times 1 over the denominator. I have 2 times 4 times 2. 2 times 4 times 2. I hope you can see the board. So at the end of the day, 1 times 5 times 1, that should be 5. Great. Then 2 times 4, 8. Then 8 times 2, that is 16. So my final answer is 5 over 16.
They didn't change their nickname. So
Okay.
I want to know that.
Well, I can see that some of you are using your nickname. Use your name.
Because we are taking attendance out.
Okay. Make sure you use your real name to log in. So many.
Boss Comics.
That's not your real name. Log in with your real name.
Bello Smart, do you know?
No. Then Bello. Bello Smart. Log in with your real name.
Guest account.
Then guest accounts. You can log in with your real name because we are taking attendance, like I said.
Okay.
Hello.
Guest account. Nokia 3.
Log in with your real name. Okay. Someone is saying I can't see the board. Can you see the board now? So I'll run through the solution again. Sheyi Kayode, can you see the board now? I think it's clearer now. Now, listen, I'll go through the solution again. The question says 3 over 10 times 35 over 36. Everything over 14 over 20 over 15. So what we are going to do, we are going to rewrite this over as division. So we write 3 over 10 times 35 over 36 divided by 4 over 15. So having done that, then we can now change this division sign into multiplication. And like I explained, if you change the division sign into multiplication, then you bring the denominator up and bring the denominator down. Sorry, numerator down. That means 14 over 15, you reinvert them. That will be 15 will go up, then 14 will come down like I have here. So from here, I can now multiply the numerators, which is 3 times 35 times 15. Over, then I multiply the denominators, 10 times 36 times 14. Then having done that, we'll now reduce to the lowest form. So when we reduce to the lowest form, then yes, copy the note. You can copy the note once you understand what I've explained. So when you reduce to the lowest one, it means that you have to open your eyes and divide little by little. So you can divide by 3 first. 3 in 3, 1. 3 in 36, that is 12. Then I can divide by 3 again because 3 can still go in 12 and 15. 3 in 12, that's 4. 3 in 15, that's 5. Now I'm now looking at this 5 and the 10. 5 in 5, 1, then 5 in 10, 2. Then if you look at 35 and 14, I can divide by 7. Then when I divide by 7, 7 in 35, that's 5. 7 in 14, that's 2. So from what I have here now, I can't divide anything again because nothing can divide each other here again. So we now have 1 times 5 times 1 divided by 2 times 4 times 2. Then you multiply the numerators. 1 times 5 times 1, that's 5. Then 2 times 4, 8 times 2, that is 16. So my final answer is 5/16. So let's move on to the next question, which is question D. I believe you are done copying the question. You are done copying the solution of question C. So well, okay, now listen. You are asking me that must you change the numerator and the denominator? Like I said, this is the last time I explained this. You are asking me the same question over and over again. Now listen again. I said when you want to change, once you see a division sign, as it is like this, you might not know how to divide it the way they are like this. You can say, okay, maybe you want to cut the one that are cut, but I'm talking about the question holistically, now everything together. We are saying you should rewrite this division, this over as division. So once you change your division sign into multiplication, then there is need for you to change the 4/14/15. That is 15 will go up, then 14 will come down. You have to do that. Once you change division to multiplication, then you have to, the divisor, then you have to change the numerator and denominator. They have to replace each other. So that is that about that. So question D. Question D. Now question D. If you look up again, question D. Question D is saying question D. Question D says 9 whole number 3/5 over 5 whole number 1/7 times 1 whole number 1/4. Now listen, what we are going to do is this. We are going to write this 1 whole number 1/4 as over 1 so that you not make mistake. That's over 1. So at the end of the day, I have 9 whole number 3/5 times 1 whole number 1/4 all over 5 whole number 1/7. Any question about this? Do you have any question what I have on the board now? If I have any question, you can let me know. Now listen, Anu, if you want to write the note of Monday, no problem. Just go to YouTube. Everything is on YouTube. You can go and copy the note of Monday there. Now let's continue. I hope you can see the board. So this is what we must do first. Then next thing to do is to change the mixed fractions into improper fractions. That is the next thing to do. So when we want to do that, let's change 9 whole number 3/5 into improper fraction. So 5 times 9, 45, plus 3, that is 48/5, times 4 times 1 is 4. Then times 1, plus 1, that is 5/4. Then all over. Then from there, we can now say 5 times 7, 35, plus 1, that is 36. That is 36/7. Now, what I want you to do, from where I stop, I want you to continue and finish it up. When you are done, you type in your answer. I want to see it. You have 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to complete that. 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to complete that. Now, somebody entered this through Anonymous. I don't know who Anonymous is. Like I said, come in with your real name. Also, someone is entering through TechnoDP, whatever. Enter with your real name. Log in with your real name so that we can take attendance. So let's continue. Well, I've started seeing answers. One answer here is 7/3, 2 number 1/3. Start sending in your answers. Well, Abdurrahman is getting 7/3. Another answer 8/3. So Abdurrahman, which one are you writing down for us? Is it 7/3 or 8/3? Yes. From Precious, 7/3. That's 2 number 1/3. From Jubrin, 1/3. Farida, 7/3. Anu, 7/3. Abdurrahman, 7/3. Bilal, 7/3. Well, 2 minutes is up. Now let's look at it. Let's see. Maybe I'm also going to get your 7/3. So what I have here, like I said, you rewrite that. 48/5 times 5/4 divided by 36/7. So we'll change this division sign to multiplication. We have 48/5 times 5/4. Then we change this division now times, then the 7 will go up, the 36 will come down. That will be 7/36. So from what I have here now, I now have 48 over, sorry, let's multiply the numerators. 48 times 5 times 7 all over 5 times 4 times 36. So from what I have here, we can now divide. Let's divide. 5 will cut out 5. 4 year 1, 4 year 12. 12 year 1, 12 year 3. So my final answer is 7/3. So clap for yourself, those of you that got 7/3. That is correct. Then 7/3 is same thing as 2 number 1/3. So that's the correct answer. So let's write example 3. Let's write example 3. But for those of you that have an issue with it, you can copy the notes here. Just copy the notes. Then when you are done with that, you write example 3. Shehu, what's the problem?
So, if you are given a question like 7/3 divided by question mark equal to 2/5, how do we solve it?
Okay, 2/5. Good. I like your question. What we are going to do is that, that question mark you're saying, you can write it as letter X. That will be 7/3. That is everything all over X. I'll change the division sign into X. So division sign into over. Then I'll have equals 2/5. So from what I have here, it means that I will cross multiply. So if I cross multiply, can you see the board? Abdurrahman, can you see the board?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I have 7/3 all over X equals 2/5, like I said. So if I cross multiply, I have 7/3, or let me say I have 2/5 X to be equal to 7/3. Now I can divide both sides by that 2/5. So that will be divided by 2/5, then divided by 2/5. So at the end of the day, my X, which is your question mark, will now be 7/3 divided by 2/5. Then you can now continue from there. I believe you can solve this one. So it's more or less like you are going to divide by 2/5 from the question. So that's how to go through this kind of problem.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So let's write example 3. Let's write example 3. Let's write example 3. Example 3 is a word problem. So it's a word problem. The word problem question says a farmer uses 9/16 of a field for growing cassava. He uses 2/5 of the remainder for growing corn. What fraction of the field is used for growing corn? And see that. I take the question again. A farmer uses 9/16 of a field for growing cassava. He uses 2/7 of the remainder for growing corn. Now, you need to underline the word remainder because we need to understand what they mean by remainder. So he uses 2/7 of the remainder for growing corn. So what fraction of the field is used for growing corn? Now let's look at the board, please. So let's solve the question together. Let's solve the question together. Let's solve the question together. We don't know the total field because the question, a farmer uses 9/16 of a field for growing cassava. We don't know how large the field is. So we'll say, let the field be a letter. Let's say, which letter is coming to my mind? Okay, let me say letter A. Let's say letter A. Let the field be letter A. I believe you can see the board. Let the field be letter A. Now, if the field is letter A, now let's look at the one for growing cassava. Now, growing cassava. Growing cassava. It uses 9/16, right? So 9/16 times A. And that becomes 9A/16 because this A is A/1. This A is A/1. So we have 9 times A, 9A. Then 16 times 1 is 16. So that's 9A/16. Or if that A will confuse us, let me use another letter. Let's say letter Y. Because some people will write that A as 9. So let me use Y. So let the total field be Y. So if the total field is Y, then for growing cassava, that will be 9/16 times Y/1. That is 9Y/16. Now, remember, The question says he uses 2/7 of the remainder. So we need to find, after growing cassava, what is the remainder? So remainder now, we need to find the remainder. The remainder will now be the total field minus what he has used to grow cassava. So that is 9y/16. So he used 9y/16 for growing cassava. So the remainder will be the total field minus 1 he has used to grow cassava. So here, this one is y/1. So the LCM of 16 and 1 is 16. So 16 divided by 1, that's 16. Then 16 times y, that is 16y. Minus 16 divided by 16, that's 1. 1 times 9y, that is 9y. So from what I have here, 16y minus 9y. What's the result for that? That's 7y. 7y/16. So that means the remainder, after using 9/16 for cassava, the remainder is 7y/16. That's the remainder. So the next one now is that we should now find the fraction that is used for growing corn. Now for growing corn now, let's look at the board please. For growing corn, we are told that he uses 2/7 of the remainder. So that will be 2/7 of remainder. That is what you use in growing corn, right? So let's look at the board, please. I'm taking it to the other side. He uses 2/7 for growing 2/7 of the remainder. So which is 2/7 times the remainder is what? 7y/16. And if you look at this one, this is 2 times 7y/7 times 16. So 7 will cut out 7, 2 here 1, 2 here 8. So my final answer, this one is going to be y/8, which is the same thing as 1/8 of y. So fraction for growing corn. Equals 1/8. So that is the answer. The fraction for growing corn is 1/8. Can you see the board now? Oriade, can you see the board now? Oriade, can you see the board now? Is it clearer now? Okay. Now, if you look at the question, you see that it's a step-by-step approach. What we did was to label the total field. We don't know the value of the total field. We say let the total field be y. So from that, we can get the one for growing cassava, which is 9/16 of y. That is 9y/16. But we need to find the remainder in this case. Now listen, it is not in every cases that you find the remainder. If the question is not using the remainder in the problem, if there is no remainder in the problem, you don't need to find this remainder. It will not be necessary. So you need to know what you are doing. So like I said, we will find the remainder, and the remainder after using 9y/16 for growing cassava is going to be y minus 9y/16. That is the total minus the one used in growing cassava. And if you solve that fraction, you get 7y/16. But for growing corn, is 2/7 of the remainder. So 2/7 of the remainder, then that will be 2/7 times 7y/16. So if you calculate that, you get y/8. And y/8 is same thing as 1/8 times y, which is same thing as 1/8 of y. So the fraction for growing corn is 1/8. So Sheyi, they said you have a question. I'm trying to unmute you so that you can ask your question. Okay, Shay, you can ask your question now.
So what if it's like this? 5 whole number 1/8 half 9 is equal to
Hold on. Let me write it down. Say it again.
Wait, let me get the question.
Okay.
I'm writing the question down. 6 whole number 3/8
Okay. I'm listening.
times b whole number 2 times b whole number 2/3.
Times 3 whole number 2/3, yes.
No, b whole number.
Okay, B.
Yes.
Okay.
And the first one is 6 whole number 3/8.
Uh-huh. Okay, 3/8.
Is equal to 10.
Wait.
Yes.
3 over what?
Is
8.
equal to 10.
Wait. You said
Yes.
6 whole number 3/8. Is it A or 8?
Yes.
Which one? A or 8?
A.
A, okay.
A.
Okay, continue.
Is
The other one
equal
is
to
3 whole
10.
number 2/3. Equals what?
Is equal to 30.
Equals to 30.
Is
So
equal
what are
to
you trying to
30.
say here?
My question is find A and B.
Find A and B. Okay. There is no way you can find A and B in this kind of problem because it is not well specified. You can only write A in terms of B in this kind of problem. You cannot find A and B separately. If you want to find the answer for A, it must include B. That's the way to get this kind of problem. So, however, let me just alleviate your fear. Let me just help you to solve this problem. So, like I said, we are going to change this one into a mixed fraction or into an improper fraction. So, this one will be 6A plus 3 all over A plus 3B plus 2 all over B to be equal to 30. Can see what I'm saying now? If you want to solve this one now, there is no way you can solve A and B separately. To make it easier, I can say this is 6A over A plus 3 over A plus 3B over B plus 2 over B is equal to 30. So in this case, can you see the board? Can you see the board? So in that case, I have 6 plus 3 over A plus 3 plus 2 over B is equal to 30. So in this case, let me collect like terms here. 3 over A plus 2 over B is equal to 30 minus 3 minus 6. So 3 over A plus 2 over B is equal to 21. So you can see that there is no way A and B will not be part of your answer. So if you want to solve this kind of question, there is no way you can solve A and B separately. You need to get the A will be in terms of B. So if I'm to write A in terms of B, so in this place, let me say I can find the LCM. The LCM is AB. So it will be 3B plus 2A equals 21. So 3B plus 2A equals 21AB. So from here, I can say 3B is equal to 21AB minus 2A. And what's common here? A is common. That is 21B minus 2. So my A will now be 3B into 21B minus 2. This is the best you can do. There is no way you can get A and B separately in this kind of problem. So, meanwhile, let me take so that you can write the assignment for the day. So, write the assignment for the day. Write the assignment for the day. Write the assignment for the day. Exercise 4H, exercise 4I, and exercise 4J. So for those of you, like I said, that are here to do any of the assignment, or you are here to complete your assignment, ensure you complete your assignment and send to the appropriate email that is being provided. Now, when you solve, snap and send to us, I will mark it. Anywhere you are not getting it correctly, I will come in, I will tell you where you are not getting it correctly. If you can't still do it, then I can snap and send the solution to you. But obviously not everything. I expected you to be able to solve most of the problems on your own. However, if I'm going through your solution and I'm seeing where you're not getting it correctly, then I can help you solve. So write the assignment and have a lovely day. Will they be able to write assignment if you need it?
I think most of them are there screenshot that they're being screenshot and they're sharing between each other via WhatsApp.
Okay. Okay, they have done it.
Yes.
Someone is asking what is the assignment. The assignment is down on the screen. Can you see the assignment? It's down on the screen. Look at the screen. Classwork/assignment. Exercise 4H. Exercise 4H. 6, 7, 9, 12, 16, 19, 21, 23. That's page 28. Then the other one is exercise 4I. 1, 7, 15, 26, 27, 32, 34. Page 29. And the other one is exercise 4J. 6, 7, 8, 13, 14. Now, you know what? You can screenshot and share among yourself because I have to go. My time is up. Thank you. Just screenshot and share among yourself. You can screenshot the page. If you need the email, ask your colleagues. They will tell you the email address. But meanwhile, I can still type the email again. ogunjss1 at ogunjss1 at ntic.edu.ng. That's the email address. The assignment is everything you see on the screen, everything you see here. Exercise 4H, 4I, and 4G. Sorry, 4J.